Okay, so we're cooking the chicken ahead of time because the chicken's still a little bit frozen, so it'd be too hard to take it off the bone and get it ready to go to do a raw pack process where we do it cold, put it in the jar, put it in the pressure canner, and can that chicken. So this is a hot pack. So we're going to cook the chicken, then take it out, break it down, put it in the jar, and then put it in the pressure canner. You do not have to pick it off the bones, but I think for this process for us, we're going to take it off the bones. We're now going to put the jars in the water to boil them. Since these are used jars, we've washed them, and now we're going to boil them to sanitize them. So when they're hot and boiled, then we can start putting the chicken that we've taken off the bones into the jars. The chicken only needs to be 3/4 of the way cooked. Now, can you cook it all the way? Sure, but you don't have to. So we don't want the skin in there. That's going to be problematic. Since we're using smaller jars, we will process these for 75 minutes rather than 90 minutes. But remember, there's also the time it takes for the pressure cooker to get up to pressure. And then we have at least 20 minutes that we have to wait for it to release pressure. But the more time we have for it to cool down, the better. We can mix the meat. You can do the white and dark all in the same jar, unless you have a specific reason why you want just dark meat or just white meat in your canning process. Now we have all of this chicken broth to use for the liquid in the jars. So again, the chicken does not have to be fully cooked. So we are taking it off. So if you see a little red here, it's going to be cooked again for 75 minutes in the pressure canner. So it's going to get cooked completely through. Brand new canning jars do not have to be washed before pressure canning. We do want them warm because you don't want to put warm things into a cold glass because it might break. Unlike our water bath canner, we are not covering these jars. We will add 1 to 2 inches of water in the pressure canner so we can get up to pressure, but we don't want to cover the jars. Covering the jars is actually not a good thing. It could be dangerous. We've got to have enough space in there for the pressure to work. If we pack it too tightly, the pressure on the outside might be there, but it might not pressurize in the middle of the jar. We're gonna leave 1.25 inch headspace. So with everything else we did, we were leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. But for pressure canning, we need a larger headspace. So that's the space between the rim of the jar and the top of the fluid or the food in the jar. Add the fluid. Now when we put them in there, we don't want anything to touch. Remember, we do not want the water over the jars. There we go. So we have the lid on. So we choose the weight that says 15 pounds on the bottom. We put that on top, and then we wait. It's gonna start rocking. And if we get it rocking too hard, we'll have to turn it down. But it's going to take a minute for the water to boil and build pressure for that to start rocking. And once it starts rocking at the right motion, that's when we start the 75 minutes. Starting to spin, but not quite ready. We want this to go to jiggle 1 to 4 times per minute. More than that, the pressure might actually be too high. So it's a little bit different than when we're looking at the gauge version, where we want it to rock steadily. This one doesn't need to rock steadily.
I started coming because they keep giving us food at the pantry that I have no clue what it is or what to do with it. So I wanted to find out all that. So I come here and they show us what it is and how to do with it. And now we're doing canning, which is really exciting.
Well, we come because Najaya told me I had to come. Najaya did not tell me I had to come, but I decided to come so I could learn new and exciting things for processing food and cooking, and to meet other people that live in my area. So I'm here.
I just wanted to see how to can meat.
My name's Stephanie Oddish. I'm a nursing practitioner student at the University of Arizona. I'm doing my Doctor of Nursing Practice project on advanced care planning and advanced directives, why they're important and how you can approach them. And I will be presenting next month's class, teaching a little bit about what it means and how you can have the conversation with those that you love and care about in kind of an approachable way, breaking down the steps and making it a little bit more accessible. It's a hard topic to talk about sometimes, so I'm going to try and make it a little more accessible, and it's something I'm really passionate about, making sure everyone has access to that information.